My name is Lilia Kulik. I'm a product manager in state enterprise ProZorro, and ProZorro is administrator of electronic procurement system of Ukraine. And today I'll tell you about our procurement system and how to submit an offer. First of all, ProZorro is a two-level system. It consists of a central database and 12 commercial electronic marketplaces. And all our procurement entities and participants should be registered and have an account on one of or more of those marketplaces. Our system is unique, and why we think so, we have open source code of the system, so everyone can take this code and do their own system. Like our, also we can open API, so everyone can connect to our system and to get some data or do their own analyzing system or something else. Also, we have public BI module. We have much data in our system because the main part of information about procurement is in electronic fields. So in this BI module, everyone can analyze different information about procurement. At the beginning of full-scale war, the main part of our procurement were non-competitive, just because it was a really difficult time. We had, in Ukraine, we had many problems with logistics and other. So according to our new legislation, our procurement entities could do not competitive procedures. But nowadays, almost 80% of money that's spent in public procurement was spent via competitive procurements in our system. So it also a good signal for participants. Something about key figures, key indicators. In 2023, we had more than 3 millions of procurements, and more than 270,000 was competitive. It can looks like not so many competitive procurements, but I would say that in Ukraine we have really low thresholds. So, for example, if our procurement entity do non-competitive procurement, for example, for amount less than $2,000 they should report in the system. So that's why we have so many like these reports. And also, if we speak about some of concluded contracts, it's more than 63% of all funds was spent via competitive procedures, and our average number of bids is a little bit more than 2. But we also have the same problem, like for example in US, like I heard today, we have not really high competition in our procurements. What about our buyers and participants? In 2023, more than 17,000 of buyers announced competitive procurements, and we had more than 37,000 of participants in these competitive procurements. The most popular categories was food products, of course, medicines, fuel, electricity, and also repair and construction. And also about non-residents, in 2023, ProZorro was signed 124 agreements with suppliers from 18 different countries. And what about non-residents? Foreign companies have equal rights with the Ukrainian companies, and also I would say that maybe they have better position because, for example, non-residents in our system shouldn't use, for example, electronic signature, so they can bid without it. And also how non-residents submit their offer. Sometimes they can hire a consultant in Ukraine to help them, or they can do it by themselves. So it is also possible. What about also other possibilities for not only non-residents but for everyone? For example, we have in our system a donor procedure. It's a new procedure according to rules of international financial institutions. So everyone can submit in these procurements. We have also a few donors that just using it. First began this using this procedure was USAID project. One of them is TAPAS, and now it's a DTA project. And also we have just more than 20 procedures that funded by World Bank. Okay, what about this donors procedure? We've done it like a constructor. It's really flexible, so everyone can. Every procurement entity that do a procedure funded by IFI can do their own like procedure without with pre-qualification or without, with to envelope system or not. So it's really flexible, and also everyone who want to submit an offer in such procedure, they can find these procedures funded by someone of donors. They can find it because we have, for example, filter like a donor. So if you are interested only in such procedures, you can filter only these procedures. What about participation? It's like a really it's like a roadmap. It's really easy. First of all, you should register on one of authorized marketplaces. As I said, now we have 12. Then find a tender. We have in ProZorro.ua, it's our web portal, and also on sites of our marketplaces, the same information. So it's not important where you will find your tender, because from which marketplace you will submit an offer. Then you should apply for participation, offer the best price or the best quality and price, and then win. But let's start from the beginning, from registration. Here you can choose one of authorized marketplaces. It's not important where you registered, because the information is the same, and also the functionality is the same, but it can be differences in something like customer support. Someone can give you legal advices or something like that. And also I think most of them have customer support in English, so you can also ask some advices in call centers of marketplace. About registration process, here is an example of one of our marketplaces. It's just really easy registration, only three steps. First of all, you should choose type of your business. Of course, it's not non-resident. Then country of registration, unique organization code. In every country we have it. Yeah, you have it. Also some information like legal address or something else. Okay, then you should find your tender. As I said before, you can do it on ProZorro UA, or you can do it on one of marketplaces. So you can use different filters. For example, you may be interested in tenders of customer, or that you know, for example, or maybe you're interested in tenders that have I don't know, expected value more than some threshold, or maybe you want to a tender from region, yeah, that you can where you can work. So there are different possibilities to choose your own tender, your best tender. Also, you can, if you have chosen a tender, you can add this tender to your favorites, and you will get all updates from about this tender in your account, for example, yeah, electronic cabinet on your marketplace. Also, you can get it via mail. It depends on a marketplace and on your choice. Okay, you can also subscribe to procurements. For example, for CPV categories, keywords, customer, or maybe region. You can also use some filters, yeah, like a region, expected value, terms of payment, and you can also choose the frequency of mailings. Maybe you want to receive these mails once a day, or maybe once a week, so you can choose this everything in your electronic cabinet. Okay, if you submit an offer, we have like a fee. It's not so much, but for example, it's a low expected value, yeah, less than 20,000 of hryvnias. You should pay 0.44 here's euro cents, but it's like a little bit like dollar. Okay, and and if you, for example, submit an offer for a really expensive tender, it can be more than 87 euros. Okay, you can also see all tender details in English. Yeah, you can see it in ProZorro Go.ua or one of marketplaces, and also you can see a tender documentation. Because not all information is in electronic fields yet, but we are working on it. So the tender documentation, for example, qualification criteria or technical requirements can be in this standard documentation, but now we are working on electronization of qualification criteria, so I think in a month we will have it in electronic fields. If you see, for example, a tender that you want to submit and you have some questions to procurement entity, you can clarify something, you can ask question, and no one will know who will ask it, because an author of this question will not be right in the system. So it is okay. Then also a procurement entity, when he will see your question, he will answer you through the system. So everyone will see a question and an answer of procurement entity. So it's really good, because all participants and all potential participants have the same information. Also, how to submit an offer. In every marketplace you will see this button, make an offer. And also you will see how much does it cost. You can fill in a field by your amount of by your price, yeah, of your proposal, and also you can attach files to your proposal. We have different types of documents, and it's really important to add these documents to write like an envelope, just because some documents will be opened on first stage, yeah, of evaluation, and some documents will be opened on the second. So it's also important. And also our participants can do some document, as maybe as we said before, all documents of our participants will be public after the disclosure. So if you don't want that someone see some maybe commercial information or something else, you can you, like a participant, can do your document private, so no one will see it except procurement entity. And you can also write a reason of for confidentiality, but you also should read tender documentation, because not all documents can be private. Yeah, just because of transparency of our system, and not only system, but transparency of of our law. Because we have some restrictions in our law. For example, qualification documents can't be confidential. Oh. Okay. And as you see, for example, it's a screenshot from ProZorro Go UA. You can see that some documents you can upload and you can see it, and confidential documents isn't possible to upload. So as I said before, also you can write your price. Also you can now choose your currency in which you submit your offer. It's for donors procurement, and you can give also some information about your subcontractor if you involve someone as a subcontractor, and also you like a participant should sign your proposal by electronic signature, but as I said before, for non-residents it's optional. Okay, and after the submission and when all proposals will be open, we have, according to our law, we have a possibility to eliminate inconsistencies. For example, a procuring entity, if something is wrong in your documentation, can create a request to you, and a participant can like change something, can clarify something in his proposal. But no, it's not about price. If you filled in your price, you can't change it. Okay, we also about US companies. We have different companies from United States. It's just example one of them. I think there are two of them. We have some popular for US companies categories. And also everyone will see information about contract, and also according to our law, our procuring entities should publish also additional agreements for contract. Okay, what about some maybe interesting things about our procedures? They are, I think, the same like in other countries. The main is of course qualification criteria, and also so if you want to submit an offer, you should have of course equipment, resources, staff, and previous experience to submit an offer. And also about some additional services that we also have. We have a digital appeal. So if you like a participant think that it is discrimination in tender documentation or something like that, you can submit an appeal. So it's also you should pay for it, but this payment will return to you if you was right. So we have also online payments for these complaints, and also a decision of our appeal body, it's anti-monopoly committee, also will see everyone. We have also state audit service. It's like a monitoring body or monitoring and control body, and everyone also can see the information about monitoring and the result of monitoring. So it's also like in electronic fields. Okay, what about a little bit about electronic compliance, because now we improving this process, because before that we had it we had this information, not all of this information in electronic fields, but now we are doing it in electronic fields. Before, for example, you should just pay for it, and you could add a PDF, but now it will not work like before. It will be all in electronic fields. So you should, for example, fill in this information that is on slide, and then you should pay online paying, and then your complaint will be submitted. But as I said before, the money will be returned to the complaints account if, for example, complaint was satisfied. And also no, but for example, if you had few reasons to complain, and you will the payment will return also if your complaint was satisfied only by one reason. So if you was wrong by 4, but one was right, you will have your money back. But it's really great, and we have just only 2 business days to return your money. Okay, maybe that's all. If I should say anything more, if you have questions, I can answer.
Well, thank you so much for that, Lilia. I think this is definitely information that we get asked a lot about, I imagine in New Hampshire too, on how companies can navigate the process. So this is information that I think maybe some of them were not totally clear on, and this helps clarify quite a lot. One question I have is on the signatures part. So I know yesterday you clarified, and it's very interesting that it's not, the e-signature is not just like a PDF signature. You're actually signing the data in the system, and non-resident companies are not able to do that. But on there it said, so a signature for non-resident companies is optional. Is that any signature? They don't have to sign any of the documents, or just?
Yeah, it's optional for any document.
So they're able to submit without that, as long as they're in there as a non-resident company.
Yes, but if you speak about electronic contracting, for example, non-residents, as I said yesterday, you can upload this contract, and sign it, but by I don't know, by your hand.
Okay. And then my only other question, Adam, I don't know if you've got any as well, is so when you're subscribing to procurements, I know you mentioned that's a way, and I'm sure some of the U.S. companies that are interested are going to be sector specific, or like you said, will want to be looking at certain thresholds. Are they able to do that? They're both on the ProZorro website itself and then on the marketplaces, or just on the marketplaces?
On the marketplace.
On the marketplace.
Yeah. In an account, in electronic cabinet, you can do it, and then you can have I don't know, maybe also in SMS if you want it, or some have different apps. Some of marketplaces has an app, so you can look at this in your phone, on your phone.
And is that one you would have to be registered with the marketplace to be able to subscribe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, all extremely helpful. I really appreciate it. I know we always ask about this, but it's because we do have a lot of companies who I think are interested, but are maybe overwhelmed by the system. I think it's that hybrid model that confuses a lot of them. They often go to the ProZorro website and then don't know what to do. So understanding the difference between the database and the marketplace is hopefully going to clear up a lot for some of our companies. So always appreciate that. Adam?
So I thank you for that presentation. Thanks also to our partners at the World Affairs Council New Hampshire for the recording. I have just one question. When you were showing in the marketplace example the registration and creating an account, there was a field for it's the unique organization code in the country of residence. In the U.S. there are several codes that could be. So is that something that Ukraine validates? So is there a particular code, or you're just looking for just sort of any code that you can associate with a bidder?
Yeah, we validate it. Not we like a state enterprise, but it's obligatory for our marketplace to validate you like a entity. How they can do it? For example, in our system, we have such information about different registers from different countries. So we have also some registers from US registers. So we can also a marketplace can ask you about maybe some document that you have about your registration. And after that, they will register you. Also, we have sometimes they use like a little payment, for to validate you like an entity. But this it's not money for registration. It just it will be on your I don't know on your account. It will be like a deposit money later, but in bank information they will see that you are the right entity that was registered.
I think the thing that might confuse some companies, and we're just trying to think ahead for some of the questions that we get on our end. So if you're some of the numbers that it could be on our side, so there's an entity identification number if you bid on federal contracts, national government contracts in the US that you get from sam.gov, which is our national procurement website. But companies also have a tax identification number. They might have a state identification number. So I think that's where it's which one of those should they put in there? If they have that question, is that something they should direct to the marketplace?
Okay. To the marketplace, and also we can see we have this information is also open. We can look at our we call it standards, but okay, we can look at our registers that we have from US, and then we will understand which number do we need.
Okay. I just wanted to say thank you for letting us know that some of the marketplaces offer services in English. I think that's going to be, understanding the bids need to be in a language that you understand, but being able to get that information in English is going to be very helpful. So thank you for messaging that.
Thank you.
Right. Well, we really appreciate it, Lilia. I don't know if we have anyone listening in, but we have a lot of people, one person listening in. We have a lot of interest in watching the video at some point, so I'm sure we'll have some questions later that perhaps we can send your way. But as always, thank you for this. I think it's it is a unique system. It's really impressive how much data you're managing. And I think the more familiar our companies get with it, hopefully we'll be seeing more than just the 2 US companies at ProZorro. There will be a lot more activity and participation in the future.
If we speak about data, I think it's more than 300 of terabyte of data in our system now. For now, Yeah. And also we have this data in Amazon, in different data centers, also in Amazon.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Glad that the U.S. companies are involved.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. I know we always ask you to talk a little bit about ProZorro, but it is something that's very interesting to our companies who you know, for their own financial reasons want to get involved in contracting, but I think many companies here want to be supportive of rebuilding, reconstruction, economic recovery, getting involved, and the easier it is for them to get in, hopefully it increases some competition as well.
Yeah, it will be great.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.